This is the second subtopic, which is composite functions. So let's see what you have in these subtopics. The first one is arithmetic operations on functions. So we first need to know the arithmetic operation on functions. When you have two functions, let's say f and g, these two functions can be added, subtracted, multiplied, and divided in natural way to form new functions, where you will have new function f plus g, or f minus g, fg, and f divided by g. So apa yang dimaksudkan di kat sini adalah function tadi yang kita belajar tu, kita boleh tambah, tolak, darab dan bahagi dia seperti biasa to form a new function. So that new function what we call as composite function. Itulah composite function. Atau dalam bahasa Melayu dia adalah fungsi gubahan, composite function. Okay, definition. Given function f and g, we define, we have two functions f and g. F plus gx can be written as fx plus gx. Okay, this is how you write it. Okay, f minus gx can be written down like this, fx minus gx, or fg in the bracket x is actually a multiplication of two function fx and gx. And if you saw some kind like this, f slash g, that means you have to divide fx divided by gx. So for the function f plus g, f minus g, f multiplied with g, we define the domain to be the intersection of the domains of f and g. And for the function f divided by g, we define the domain to be the intersection of the domain of f and g, but with the point where gx equal to 0 excluded, to avoid division by 0. Okay, so ini yang dia just recall balik apa yang kita belajar tadi berkenaan dengan illegals, yes, illegal situations. So dia kata when you have this f plus g, f minus g, and fg, nanti you boleh cari domain dia macam biasa. So but for the one with division, yang ada hasil bahagi, you kena elakkan yang gx tu, yang mana gx ni adalah dia punya penyebut, or the denominator cannot be 0. That's why dia kata gx excluded. Kita keluarkan siap-siap so that kita boleh avoid division by 0. Okay, so let's see the example. Given two function fx and also gx with this and this, evaluate each of the following. Evaluate means you have to find the value for these two functions. So you see a over here, a f plus g 4. Dia kata kat situ f plus, you need to find f plus g 4. Now it's no longer x. It's become 4, which means that previously you are given this function, right? fx and gx. So now you have to substitute this x with the value of 4, and the gx over here you also have to substitute it with the value of 4. So now you have 2 plus 3x. This x you're going to substitute with 4, and this with 4, and as well as this one. You kena ganti masuk the x value with 4. So when you calculate it, you key in the calculator, you get f plus g, where your x equal to 4, you get 5. Okay. Okay, that one is when they have 4. So how about when they give you x over here? So if it's just x, then you just plus these two functions. Okay, how about when you have minus? Okay, tolak, hasil tolak, g minus f, gx minus fx. So you have gx, this one, this thing, just minus this thing. So you tolak macam biasa, okay, until you get this answer. And this example, for C, f times g, or fg. Biasanya kalau dia letak fg macam ni dalam satu bracket, and then x dekat luar bracket, that means you're going to multiply both these two functions, or you can write it down using this form, fx multiply with gx. So you get this one and this one, you just expand it, kembangkan dia, darab macam biasa, until you get this answer. And for division, hasil bahagi, fg, you need to find fg 0. which mean that your x over here equal to 0. This is actually your x, okay? This is actually your x. This one also is your x. So you need to substitute the x with 0. So you just fill in the x value here with 0 as well as this one until you get this answer. Okay. So that is composite function. Okay, now composition of function, method of combining functions. The output is called composition function. Okay, dia kata, okay, previously yang kita dah belajar tadi, previously the one that we have learned, multiplications, addition, hasil tolak, division, hasil semua tu, that one is you want to create a new function using arithmetic operation, operasi arithmetic. But for composition of function or composite function, fungsi gabungan, composition function ni maksudnya fungsi gabungan, itu adalah kita combine two function. It is quite different from the one yang kita belajar tadi, tambah, tolak, bahagi, darab tu. Itu lain ya. That one is arithmetic operation. Hasil tambah, tolak, darab, bahagi macam biasa saja. That one is not yet a composite function. The real composite function is the one you combine both. Dua tu you combine jadi satu. So the definition is given here. Given function f and g, the composition of f with g denoted by f dot g. Bila you ada simbol ni, ada macam bulat dekat sini, that one is actually composition function. Where actually you can write it down. This one boleh tulis juga dalam bentuk yang ini, f g x. So this one is not the same with, tidak sama dengan yang ini tadi kita belajar, f g and then you bracket, close bracket, you open another bracket. Tidak sama. This one tidak sama juga dengan, dia tidak sama dengan yang ini. fx times gx. This one is multiplication yang kita belajar tadi, arithmetic operation. So, this whole thing, composite function, is not equal with this. Not equal ya, tidak sama. So, ini yang ada simbol dot ni, ada dot dekat tengah ataupun dia tulis dalam bentuk sini, satu dekat luar, satu dekat dalam. This mean a composite function. Okay, the domain of f dot j is defined to consist of all in the domain of g for which gx is the domain of f. Okay. So let's see these two functions, fx and gx. Now you need to determine composite function of f g x, f dot g. F dot g can be written down as this one. So apa maksud dia f dot g ni? Ni adalah fungsi gx tu kita masukkan ke dalam f. So ini yang dekat belakang ni yang kita ganti masuk ke dalam f. G ni yang ganti masuk ke dalam sini. Tengok, sebab tu G ni yang dalam bracket. So, F dekat luar, maksudnya GX ni kita ganti masuk ke dalam F. So, F asalnya adalah 2x plus 1. So, Fx dia punya X value over here, you're going to substitute with this one, x square minus 3. So, you will have like, originally you have this one, right? You have yang ni, Fx. So, sekarang dia ganti masuk yang X ni dengan x square minus 3. So, you will get 2 times x square minus 3 plus 1. Macam tu. Ni actually adalah gx. Ni adalah gx. Dia ganti dengan gx. You substitute g ke dalam f. So, you get the answer. Okay, how about this one? Kita tengok yang kata kunci dia macam ni, senang ingat. You tengok yang dekat belakang. Yang dekat belakang ni, kita ganti masuk ke dalam yang dekat depan. You substitute f into the G. Sebab tu F tu yang dalam bracket. Bila kita tulis balik G dekat luar. G bracket Fx. Meaning that you have this G, original G ni. You ganti the value of X ni dengan ini, Fx. So originally you have G, you have this one kan, X square minus 3. But now this X, you're going to substitute with Fx. So you have, what is your Fx? 2x plus 1. And then we still have square minus 3. So ni actually adalah yang ini. Dia actually adalah yang ini. Cuma you ganti masuk yang X tu dengan G. Sorry. Ganti masuk ni adalah Fx. This one is actually Fx. This one is actually Fx. So you get this answer. Okay. Untuk ingat, untuk senang ingat, you tengok apa sebutan dekat belakang. The one at the back is the one you're going to substitute into yang dekat depan tu. Okay, that one is composite function. So composite function, it can be either f.g or g.f. Mana-manalah di antara satu. So yang depan substitute ganti, yang belakang ganti masuk ke dalam yang di depan. So composite function must be 2. Dia ada 2. You need at least 2 functions. So now we move on to the third subtopic, which is families of functions. So kita tengok pula keluarga untuk fungsi. So the first one is constant function. What is constant function? So you consider yx equal to c. C is a constant. Okay, for example, you have this graph. This is actually constant. The constant function, this one is y equal to 4. Garis lurus ni, this straight line is actually y equal to 4. Okay, so y equal to 4, this is a constant function. Kenapa constant? Sebab di belakang ni dalam sebutan nombor. Okay, that one is constant. Or perhaps you can have like this. X equal to 3. This one is also constant function. Macam tu, it can be either this or this. Sama ada dia vertical or horizontal. Okay, then you have identity function. So what does it mean by identity? Function maksud dia sama. Identity mean you will get the same back. X and Y you will get the same. Okay, yx equal to x. Yx mean you punya paksi Y. This one is your Y axis. This one is your x-axis or x values. Okay, so bila tengok identity function, when you have over here, this one, your x value is 1. Your y value is also 1. Tu maksud dia sama. How about this one? This y of number 4. Let's see number 4. Over here, number 4. This one is coordinate there 4, 4. X value 4, Y value also 4. That is what you mean by identity function. The X and Y sama, same. And the third one, we have linear function. So linear function mean Yx. Function Yx equal to mx plus b. So linear macam biasa. Yang kita ada 2x plus 1. For example, y x equal to 2x plus 1 ataupun 3x plus 2. That one is all linear. Linear maksudnya kuasa 1. X tu kuasa 1. So, you can have like this. These few types of linear function. It's either line is up to the right or line is down to the right, or it can be horizontal line or it can be very steep line like this. Okay, this m over here is dia punya slope, kecurunan dia. Kalau you have slope dia greater than 0, you will have this kind of graph. You have this slope less than 0, slope kecurunannya less than 0, the graph will be decreasing. When you have slope equal to 0, means that it is a constant line. Function dia static, tidak bergerak. So tidak ada kecurunan mean you have horizontal line over here. And when you have m, absolute value of m, then we have a very steep line. Sangat curang lah. Curang. Sorry, sangat curam. Okay, steep line curam. Macam ni. So these are the family for linear function. More examples of linear function. It can be this straight line, this straight line, this straight line. Okay. So with a various value of m, this the slope, and also this one. Okay, it can be like this. Cuma yang berbeza dia m dia sahaja. M dia adalah keturunan. And you will also have power function. So what is power function? So you consider y equal to kx to the power of p. X tu dia ada power dekat atas. So this power can be any numbers like square to the power of 2, to the power of 3, to the power of 4, to the power of 5, and so on and so forth. Where k and p are constant. So k ni can be constant number. P also can be constant. So you have like what effect the k will have. So bila k less than 1, you get like this. So this is kind of power function. Yang mana kalau power function dia dekat atas x to the power of 2, you will get a quadratic curve like this, the blue one. When you have x to the power of 4, still you have a curve like this. Tapi dia macam agak leper sedikit. And when you have x to the power of 6, again, you still have like a kind of U shape there. And that one is for n event. N event means yang n tu adalah nombor, this is your n. This is your n. Okay. The 6, the 2, 4, and 6. And ini kalau your n is odd number. So you have 1, x to the power of 1, x to the power of 3, x to the power of 5. So you will have this kind of graph. And these are lots of graph with the power function. This one is 1 over x. 1 over x meaning that x to the power of negative 1. This one is 1 over x squared. So you can see each of this type of function. Okay. And also you will have polynomial function. Okay, so what is polynomial function? You see the definition over here. The sum of one or more power function. So polynomial ni dia hasil tambah satu ataupun lebih daripada satu power function. So let's say you have fx equal to x cubed. Is this a polynomial function? Yes, because dia kata the sum of one or more. Boleh satu ni saja ataupun boleh juga you have x cubed plus x square plus 2x. Dia ada macam-macam power sudah. Ada power of 3, power of 2, power of 1. This one also we call it as polynomial. Okay. So you have lots. That is example for polynomial function. Sum of one or more power function. Power function can start from n equal to 1. N equal to 1 like this. Kuasa 1. So this is the example of polynomial. Dia combination. Hasil tambah. So you ada kuasa 3, you have cubic, you have square, you have single x, and also you have constant. Okay, that one is power function. This one can be plus 1 or so on and so forth lah. Okay, polynomial. Okay, this is the general formula for polynomial. When you have a is any constant ataupun berkali coefficient x to the power of n, then the next one you tambah, the power will be decreasing, berkurang. Kalau sini kuasa 3, ini kuasa 2, ini kuasa 1, and then last but not least you will get a constant there. Okay, that is polynomial. Macam ni lah. They're decreasing. The power of x decrease to the power of 3, to the power of 2, to the power of 1, and then this one is actually x to the power of 0. Okay. x to the power of 0, you get 1. Dia punya ni tidak ada x to the power of 0. So this is a kind of graph. When you have degree or power of 2, you get quadratic. Power of 3 or cubic, we call as cubic. Kuasa 3. This one is x square. This one is x cube. This one is x to the power of 4. This one is x to the power of 5. So this is how the graph look like. And we also have rational function. Rational, apa maksud rational? Meaning you have two fraction. You have fraction actually. Rational mean you ada penyebut dekat atas. You ada nominator and also denominator. So this is how you call as rational function. You consider a function which is the quotient of two polynomial. Quotient maksudnya hasil bahagi dua polynomial. So dekat atas ni polynomial, dekat bawah pun polynomial. That one is we call as rational function. So for example of rational function is this one. You have a polynomial of this, another one you have another polynomial which is this. So the first polynomial you have power of 2 and power of 1 over here. This one is power of 0. This is power of 0. And the other polynomial down there as the denominator, you have to the power of 1. Dua-dua ni polynomial, okay? So this is rational function. Rational meanings that you ada quotient, bahagi, dia ada bentuk pecahan. And you also have trigonometric function. So trigonometry, you just need to recall a little bit during your SPM chapters. You have sine, cos, tangent. That one is trigonometric function. So for the first one, you have, this is an example of sine x, function of sine x. So you get like sigmoid curve. This one is cos of x, okay, and this one is for tangent x. So you have lots of graph. Okay, don't worry, you just need to get familiar with the how the graph look like. Okay, so that you have at least know for cos the graph look like this, the tangent the graph look like this, but you don't have to memorize in detail. It's enough for you to know the basic curve, the basic shape of the graph. Okay, so this is cot, this is sec, this is cosec. And you will also have hyperbolic function, hyperbolic like this. Hyperbolic, this one is for sinh. Sinh, I think they pronounce it as sinh, S-I-N-H, sinh x. So the formula for sinh x is actually this one. Sinh, there ada extra h dekat belakang tu because it's involve exponential. So this is the fixed formula for sinh x. Okay, they involve exponent. And also cos, previously we have cos, now you have cos. So bila ada h ni, meanings that you ada extra this. Sama juga yang ni, you ada extra this. So this is the fixed formula. This is how the graph looks like, cos. And this is tanh x. So the formula tanh sama juga macam kita cari tangent. Tangent equal to sine over cos. But this one tanh sinh over cos. I'm not sure, is it sinh or sinh, how they pronounce it. Okay, as a wrap up for the all the functions we have learned just now, we're going to classify the functions into 3 main headings. So all the previous function we have learned is going to be classified into these 3. So the first one will be algebraic functions. So algebraic function means fungsi algebra, which include polynomial, rational and irrational function. So polynomial function is the one with the power of x, x to the power of 3, x to the power of 2, x to the power of 1, and so on and so forth. And for the rational is the function with that can be expressed in a fraction. Boleh kita tulis dalam bentuk pecahan. But for irrational function is the one that cannot be expressed in the fraction form. For example, square root. Okay. So the second class will be transcendental function. So transcendental function include trigonometric, sine, cos, tangent, and the others. Inverse trigonometric and also exponential and logarithmic function. This exponential and logarithmic function we will cover in the next subtopic. And the last class will be piecewise defined functions. Piecewise, which include modulus, greater integer, least integer, fraction, part function, and other specific piecewise function. So piecewise function is the one that with more than one function. Okay, so that's all for families of function. Don't forget to follow my YouTube channel for more videos on mathematics. So we're going to continue the next subtopic on the next video. Thank you.